guy told me, let's make a trouser. I had laid out all this before. I remember it wasn't recording. So you fold the self edge of your, not the self edge, but the ends like this. I have my fold here this way. Yeah, so you fold this fabric into, you fold the fabric into 2 equal parts, and then on the edge you would put them together this way. So you will have 2 of this. The trouser is 2 front, 2 back. So here is it. And then what I did here is that I took my trouser measurement. The trouser measurement I'm using is 41. So I measured 41 inches, and then I added a seam allowance here. But this is the case. You would subtract 1 inch from your trouser measurement, because you will be fixing a band. If you're not fixing a band, that's fine, but if you will fix a band, you subtract 1 inch from your trouser measurement to give you from your trouser length. Okay, so in this case I'm using trouser length of 41, so I should have my trouser length here as 40 inches. Then I would add 2 inches as hem on the hem, so I have 2 inches here. So this is it. I have 2 inches here. So the 1 inch you'll be deducting will affect all measurements. So I'll take out 1 inch from here, and then my waist to hip is 9 inches. My waist to hip is 9 inches, so meaning that my waist to hip, my waist to hip is 10 inches, meaning that my waist to hip will be 9 inches. Is that okay? My waist to hip will be 9 inches. So I have it here this way. And then now my crotch measurement is 12.5 inches. The crotch is your hip divided by 4 plus 1 or 1.5 inches. And my crotch in question is 44, which is 11, plus 1.5 will give me 12.5. So here I mark my 12.5. Yeah, I mark my 12.5. And then I mark my 12.5 as well. So those, you connect this also with a straight line this way. Now the next thing we need to do is take our knee measurement, and then we know that our knee, waist to knee, I had 21 inches. So this is my waist to knee measurement, 21 inches. You also connect that also, so you can make this knee and then crotch. So now let's input our measurements. Before that, you will give a space of 3/4 or ½ inch on this side to serve as a sewing allowance for you. So I'm doing this. I did 3/4. So this is my sewing allowance. Let's connect that with a straight line this way. We connect this with a straight line this way. So this is it. Now the next thing we need to do is that we need to measure our hip measurement, and then my hip divided by 4, the hip divided by 4 is 11 inches. So I'll connect this 11 inches here, and my crotch, my thigh, on the crotch line you input your thigh measurements. The thigh divided by 2 is 14.5. So here this is my 14.5 inches. So I would move whatever I had on the hip line, I will bring the same thing to the waistline. So I have the hip by 11, so I would input 11 here and connect this with a straight line this way. This is not my hip measurement, this is not my waist measurement. Now to take my waist measurement on this very line I just drew, you move inward by half an inch this way. You would move inward half an inch and then you connect to this. We'll get to that place. You move inward, and so from this half inch you will take your waist measurement. My waist measurement in question here is 9 inches. This is a 9 inches. So you will connect from here to the hip line with your hip curve this way. You connect this together, and now on the crotch line, whatever you have for your crotch line, whatever you have on your crotch line, you divide that into 2 to give you the center of the trouser this way, and then you take the same thing throughout. And then you will connect those two with a straight line. You connect this with a straight line this way. So having this, you would divide the knee into 2, like I said earlier, and then the hem also into 2. So my knee, the knee measurements I'm using here is 20. So I'll divide 20 into 2, which is 10 inches. And then the 10 inches on this line, I'll divide the 10 also into 2 again. So I have 10 divided by 2, and then I'll put the midpoint here, and then I'll mark here, and then I'll mark the other 10 here. I don't know if you understand. That is my knee line. So I will do this. The 5 will be on the center line, and then I'll mark my 10 inches this way. 5 here, 5 here. So that is it. Yeah, so 5 here, 5 here. And then on the hem line, I would also mark my knee measurement. My knee measurement in question is, my knee is 21. No, sorry. my knee measurement, sorry, the base. So hi Summit, we would divide the hem also. The hem I had was 15. I'll divide 15 into 2 and then into 2 again. So dividing 15 into 2 will give me 7.5, and then I'll divide the 7.5 into 2 inches, into 2. So I have this, and then I have this here, and then I would connect. I want to add half inch to both sides. It's not necessary, but I feel my knee will be too fitted. So I'll connect this to this way, and then connect this also to this way, and then from the knee to the hip line, I would connect it with my curve this way. I'll connect this to my curve this way, and then I would connect also from my knee to my crotch line with a slight curve this way. Now the next thing I need to do is I need to connect from the hip and then the crotch measurement, on the crotch line. So I will extend this line downward, and then on this corner, I would move in by 1 inch, and then with the help of my curve, I'll make sure I curve this inward this way to meet this. So this is how it's gonna be. I would first connect this way. I'll connect this way. I'll connect this to the hip line, and then I will connect my half inch this way. I would connect my 1/2 inch this way. Now the next thing I also need to do is I have to move, I want to reshape the waist. So from here, I would move inward by 1 inch. And then I will connect to my hip line this way. I will connect to my hip line this way. And then that will be all for the front trousers. Before I cut, you would have to add 1/2 inch allowance. That's why we left this allowance here. So on the waistline, I would add 1/2 inch, or you can still do 3/4, that's fine. I would add 1/2 inch. I would add 1/2 inch. On the hip line also, I would add 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, half, and then half. You don't add any seam allowances here. You add just at the back. You add it at the back, and then with your curve, you would also connect this way. This way. So this is your basic trouser. This is the front trouser. We will cut this and then we'll draw the front. Let's do the cutting. So we are cutting on a 1/2 inch sewing allowance. And then one thing is, mind you, all measurements will start here, not on your 1/2 inch sewing allowance. It will start before the after this 1/2 inch allowance you added. And then here I realized that the 1.5 inch we came down is too much, so I would love to change it to 1 inch slope. 1 inch slope. So I would connect this back this way. So let's do the changes, please. 1.5 will be too deep, and then you cut here. Now you cut this way. So this is for the front trousers. Let's cut this back so when we were drafting the back, the front, it was like this. So this time around, we will turn this way. We will turn this way, and then this way, like this. Very simple. You can push this one here. You can push this one here, and then you trim out all the excesses. But let's not do it this way. Let's move this here, leaving about 3 inches. Leaving about 3 inches. Yeah, let me push it back a bit. So we have this. So now let's cut the back. What we need to do is we have to extend the lines. That is, this is my knee line, the crotch line, the waistline this way, and then the hem of the trouser, we need to extend that also. So on the hem you would add 2 inches. So here I mark my 2 inches here. On the knee also you would add 2 inches. And then on the crotch line you add 3 inches here. If the person you are sewing for is very big, you can do 3.5, but 3 inches works for everyone. So on the hip line you do 2 inches, and then on the waistline also you do 2 inches. So with your stretch ruler, you would connect the waist to the hip line this way, and then you would connect this one this way. But before that, on these 3 inches, move in by at least 2 inches this way, and then connect your curve this way. You will connect your curve this way, so you have it this way. Okay, you would have it this way. You do not start the curve from here this way. Do not start from here this way, else you would have this part to be too pointed. You move in by 2 inches, and then you connect. You measure 2 inches before you use your curve in curving it. Now on the waistline, let's move up by 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches, and then we connect this to the sewing allowance at the back this way, and then we would connect from the hem to the knee with a straight line this way, and then we will also connect from the knee to the crotch with a curve, with a slight curve this way. So this is it. This is all for your trousers, the back trouser. For the back seam allowance, the seam allowance, this 1/2 inch seam allowance has taken care of the back already, so you don't need to add to what we call it. You don't need to add any seam allowances to the back. So you cut out what you have done. So let's do the cutting. Please do not throw your pieces away. You would need them in the future. So let's cut this. Let's cut this way out. Don't throw it away. It's very important. And then we will cut this out also. We'll cut this out. We'll cut this out. Then we'll come and cut the hem this way. Now you cut this and then you cut out this way. It's very simple. So dear Sonia, this is for the front and back trousers.